Two career criminals who ran a Nottingham drugs network from their prison cells have both been jailed for another 20 years. Daniel Yeboah imported cocaine and deadly fentanyl, and he paid a great-grandmother to accept one shipment disguised as biscuits at her suburban home. Well, they were caught after Sean Lau arranged a failed attempt to deliver drugs and phones to his jail. They've been sentenced with 8 accomplices today, as our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
What's your name, my love?
A mum and daughter from Nottingham arrested after a failed attempt to send drugs into a Welsh jail. Hayley Price and Casey Lee Stones had loaded this drone with cannabis and SIM cards, but it crashed into a tree. They were stopped after this camera caught them retrieving the crashed drone.
It was actually the phones that they seized from Hayley and her daughter that really unravelled this investigation. Within the messages, you can see that this is not somebody who's exploited or vulnerable. She is a willing participant.
They were trying to fly drugs into the vast Park prison, where a man who Price described as the boss was dealing to fellow inmates. It was Sean Lau's 4th sentence for trafficking drugs. Her own supplier was serving time at Buckley Hall prison near Manchester. Daniel Yeboah was brazen. He sent Price this picture from behind bars using a smuggled mobile phone.
This is a man who, whilst in his cell, is still controlling the drugs market within Nottinghamshire. He's arranging importations to addresses within Nottinghamshire. He was boasting about supplying a super heroin.
Yeboah organised shipments to Hayley Price's home in Sherwood, which the police described as a wholesale control hub for drug dealers. And this is cocaine disguised as cookies sent from Trinidad and Tobago. That parcel was sent to the West Bridgford home of Hayley Price's 61-year-old mother. Angela Price was paid £250 to accept it. The police also found heroin and crack being stored at a stash house here in Bingham for dealers who worked for Sean Lau after he was released from Park Prison.
You're going to be under arrest on suspicion of...
But his liberty didn't last long. Lau was arrested at his brother's home in Pinxton last year. Tonight, he's beginning a new 20-year sentence.
It's hugely significant. The names Daniel Yeboah, Sean Lau have been involved in drug dealing for many years in Nottingham. And hopefully through their convictions and sentences, this will put a massive dent in the drug market within Nottingham.
And this is how Yeboah was arrested. Tonight, he's also back behind bars. Another career criminal, jailed for another 20 years.
Jeremy's with me in the studio. It's amazing. I mean, what happened in court today?
Well, the Judge Stuart Rafferty had harsh words about what he described as a porous prison system. He said it was a disgrace, that it was so alarmingly easy for Lau and Yeboah to run their networks from their cells. And the prosecutor went even further, actually. Laura Blackband said they saw incarceration as a lucrative business opportunity. That, she said, was a damning indictment both of the prison service and of the private companies that are paid so much, she said, to run these jails.
You mentioned in your report something called super heroin. I mean, what's that?
Yeah, this is a way basically of boosting profits by lacing heroin with really powerful synthetic opioids. Now, we heard that they received at least one shipment of fentanyl, which could sell for £1,000 an ounce. And the judge said that was really sinister because fentanyl has wreaked so much havoc over in the United States, where we've seen pictures like this where it's cost many thousands of lives. And so drugs experts over here really don't want to see the same kind of epidemic.
We're worried about fentanyl taking over the streets because it's up to 50 times stronger than heroin. It could have a massive impact on drug-related deaths in the city and nationally. Not been many cases identified in Nottingham as yet, but the low-quality heroin that's around at the moment, if it's laced with fentanyl, it could be fatal in one dose.
So, long sentences for the ringleaders, but there were others jailed as well today.
Yeah, prison for 7 accomplices, most of them drug dealers from the Nottingham area. There was a 10-year sentence for Hayley Price, the woman who crashed that prison drone. Her daughter got a suspended sentence. As for her 61-year-old mother, Angela, who received those cocaine cookies, well, she is beginning a 3.5-year prison sentence this evening.